Hi everybody, it's Ajanette and I am here to wrap up your course orientation. When we last left off, we were in the introductory activities and I showed you how to submit a text assignment or how to submit any assignment. I actually demonstrated it through the syllabus quiz where this is the icon that shows it's a link to an assignment. You're going to open the document, follow the instructions on the document, answer the questions, put your name in the upper right corner, and make sure your answers are in red. Save the document to your computer. You're going to click on the assignment title. In this case, it's the syllabus quiz. You're going to click on Write Submission, copy and paste your entire body or contents of your document, paste it here, browse my computer, and attach the saved document. Then you're going to hit submit. And then you're going to do that for the syllabus quiz on the day 1, and then you're going to do that every chapter thereafter for your text assignments. In blogs, again, this is the symbol for a blog. Your avatar blog, first you're going to upload the avatar into Blackboard following the video instructions provided. Then you're going to click on the blog title. You're going to say create blog entry. You're going to make sure your name is the title for all blog entries. You're going to upload a picture of the image that you selected. Introduce yourself to the class. Change the font, highlight, add emojis, do what you want to make it look aesthetically appealing and draw attention. If you do it in a Word doc and you want to attach that Word doc, you can hit Browse My Computer and attach the saved document. You're going to hit Post Entry. I'm going to hit Cancel because, again, I'm not a student. And then finally, your last introductory activity is your workspace blog. It's one of my favorite activities. Keep in mind, I do post instructor samples for your introductory activities because I also want you to get to know me a little bit. So my avatar, my personality comes through. Here in the workspace blog, you can open up the document, and here's an example of my workspace. This actually is my library from my house in Riverside, but Mike and I are divorcing, so he's probably going to keep that house, and I'm at the condo in Oceanside now. And I do miss my library. It actually is the one thing I really miss about that relationship. Other than that, I'm pretty ecstatic that it's ending. So, wish me well. That being said, let me go back to Blackboard. So for a blog entry, click on the title of the blog, create blog entry, type in your name as the title, attach any pictures in the body here. Make sure you adjust your font, make it look appealing, or browse my computer and upload a saved attachment or document. So that's the extent of how to do blogs and assignment submissions. I want to take you into a chapter folder so you can see the structure of a chapter folder. So I'm going to go into chapter 1. They're all the same. They all have a PowerPoint that I've created. So open that, and it will really highlight the most important things you should pull out of the chapter. Additionally, I've done videos where I'm going over each of the PowerPoints with you, and I'm giving you examples and explaining things in ways that might be a little bit different than the book, but just to help you better understand. They're in 15-minute excerpts. Don't try to watch like a whole hour-and-a-half video at one time. It would be really, really draining. So watch one of them, take a break, get a snack, do something different, get up and fold some laundry, something, and then come back at least just a couple minutes to get up and stretch, and then come back and watch the next one. And then you'll see after the videos, and you don't have to watch those videos, it's up to you. I hate to hear my voice and see my face, so I wouldn't watch them if I were you, but they add value to some people. Then here's your assignment for chapter 1. This is what I call a text assignment. Open the document. These are questions that I've created. So you should know the answers to these questions when you're done reading that chapter. And so it's really important you walk away with something from your reading. I recommend you open this document as you're reading, go through and make notes to answer those questions. Make sure you're saving your answers in red, you're saving the document on your computer, put your name on it, and then you're going to save it, and then you're going to upload it into Blackboard just like the syllabus quiz. Click on the assignment title, go to Write Submission, copy and paste it in here, browse my computer, save the attached document in there, and then you'll hit Submit. I'm going to hit Cancel. Same routine every time. So every single week, you're going to have your PowerPoint, your videos, your text assignment. Then you're going to have a learning activity. Your learning activity is always in a blog. Sometimes I might provide some supplemental information like a little extra mini lecture or a video to watch or something that will help give you added content for your blog because I want you to do well on your learning activity. Please keep in mind that your first learning activity for Chapter 1 is on Bronfenbrenner's socio-ecological theory. That theory is not very well explained in your textbook. In fact, I do not like the textbook description of that theory. It really kind of confuses exosystem and macrosystem, so it's misleading. Please open the PowerPoint that I've given you. It's a narrated PowerPoint. So for this PowerPoint, you have to launch the PowerPoint. And the PowerPoint will have my voice narrating and talking you through the slides and explaining why I don't like the book. Also, if you're in this segment, this is actually the kind of script of what I'm saying in the narration. But launch it. This little button right here launches the slideshow. And you'll hear me talking. See? If you don't launch it, it will not come through. Does that make sense? So make sure you're launching it or you cannot hear the narration. Then after you've heard my explanation of Bronfenbrenner, not the book's explanation, come in and do the learning activity. So for this learning activity, you're being asked to describe something significant from your personal life for each of the systems in the theory. So there's a microsystem, a mesosystem, an exosystem, a macro, and a chronosystem. And based on the explanations I've given you, come up with one of your own to demonstrate your knowledge and understanding of each of the systems within the theory. Okay? Your learning activities are typically personal. There's application. There's you relating it to either your own life or the life of others that you know. You're uncomfortable sharing your personal details. I get that. Choose a movie or a cartoon or a TV show or something that demonstrates that you understand how this applies to the real world. And I am fine with that. I will respect your privacy, but I will tell you the best way to really commit this to a thorough understanding and memory is to apply it to your own life. This is a human development class. Everything we talk about applies to your own life. So I guarantee you, if you make those connections, you're going to understand this content. You're going to do well on the exams, and it will stay with you through the rest of your life and potentially impact you in terms of what kind of parent are you, what kind of aunt are you or uncle, what kind of spouse are you, what kind of maybe child are you as your parents are aging or your grandparents are aging, how you interact with coworkers, how you interact with classmates, how you interact in your profession. So it can be a very great tool if you take that extra time to truly understand the relevance of what we're learning. So that pretty much takes you through all the basic instructions on how to submit the different types of assignments. I've shown you how to do a discussion forum entry in the question forum. I've shown you how to do an assignment submission for your text assignments, and I've shown you how to do blog entries for your introductory activities and for your learning activities. The last thing I really need to show you is how to do an exam. So first of all, at the end of each module, there's an exam, and that exam covers the chapters for that module. For module 1, it only has one chapter. Every other module will cover 2 specific chapters. So module 2 will cover chapters 2 and 3, module 3 will cover 4 and 5, so on and so forth. So at the very end of the module is where you'll find the exam. Any extra credit that's relevant to that module will be after the exam. But I do put passwords on the exam because I don't want you to start them accidentally. Once you start it, you must finish it, and you only have one shot to do the exam. I do not time you. I let you take as much time as you need. But again, once you start it, you must stop it. You don't have time to go to Starbucks. You don't have time to read the chapter if you haven't already done it. You don't have time to get up and bake a cake. Make sure you have studied, your text assignment is available, your book is available, and you're serious about sitting down and taking the test. Some of the tests have 50 questions, some have 80, some have 100, but it will describe the test. It'll say it's all multiple choice. It'll say there's an essay component, so there might be part 1, part 2. It will describe each exam. Read the description before you click into it. Note the password. All your exam passwords are the same. Capital EXAM space and then the number of the exam. No space after the number. If you put a space after the number, it will reject the password. It is very sensitive and very specific. Also, make sure you are in Chrome or Firefox. It does not like Internet Explorer. Do not have a ton of windows open. It is very jealous. Blackboard wants your full, undivided attention. It can have technology glitches. If that happens, do not stress out or freak out. I promise you, I will give you another chance. I will reset the exam. It's inconvenient. Maybe you are all ready, and it's like a pain in the butt that you have to go back and email me and wait till I reset it and go back and do it again. But it's also highly convenient that you don't have to come to campus and you get to do this entire course and exam on Blackboard. So keep that in mind, okay? Roll with technology. It's a blessing and a curse. Expect there to be problems. Expect there to be challenges. And then be flexible when they are, and you'll save yourself a lot of stress. Next exam for Module 2, the password is Exam 2, capital E, little XAM, space 2. The next exam password will be Exam 3, and so on and so forth. The exam password for the final is going to be Final. I'm very simple. I do give you a study guide for the final. It is comprehensive. It will cover all the theories in our course. So make sure you pay specific attention to the theories. And then additionally, there's some extra credit things that you can do if you don't do well on an exam, or one module just you weren't connecting. That's fine. You can do a sex ed project. And the descriptions here, there's a sample, also a Google Doc that gives you more details. You can do an empirical article critique where you go to the MSJC library database and pull an empirical study, a research study, and then you're going to do a critique of that study following the example and guidelines provided. So I've given you an example of a study, an example of a critique, and a grading rubric that I use to grade the critique. And then finally, you can do an observation or an interview. You can go to our MSJC Child Development Center and do an observation for early childhood. You can go to an elementary school and do an observation for an elementary school classroom. You can interview an adolescent, or you can do a late adulthood observation or interview. But those are just some ideas for extra credit. I'll also post announcements with other events throughout campus. Otherwise, this is going to be a fun course. I hope you enjoy, and email me with any questions.